Hey everyone, Greg Cazillo from Cazillo.com. Welcome to another Creating Photographs video. This time I'm going to be going over this senior portrait that I created a couple of days ago. Thought it'll be a good one to share since I added a little bit of flash to it and just made it a little bit more special with two strobes. So let's go over the basic settings first. I was using my D3S with the 7-200 2.8 lens. I was at about 170 millimeter, ISO 200. Love that low ISO if I can get it, but if you can't, don't worry about it. Just run it high and shoot, and don't worry about the noise. It's creative. Anyway, 1/320th of a second at f2.8. Of course, that f2.8 gives us that really nice bokeh, that really nice blurry background. That background was probably about 100 feet behind her, and so it ended up being a good distance behind, which is why it's so blurry. If it would have been closer, it wouldn't have been as blurry. Same as if I would not have been as close to her from the camera angle, it wouldn't have been as blurry. So keep that all in mind when you're shooting your portraits. Always, you want a nice blurry background. Get closer to the person, zoom in more, and bring the background away more, and you'll end up with a blurrier background. So how did I do it besides those base settings? Well, I used two strobes. I had my SB800 on the camera, and it's the master flash. It had a little bit of power. I want to say it was about 1/16 power. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but it really doesn't matter. Just a little bit. I just wanted a little bit of fill. My sun, I think it was slightly overcast that day or at the time, so I didn't have a whole lot of light, but I just wanted a little bit of a fill, and so it got rid of the little bit of a shadow in the eyes, but it didn't take it all away. Again, it's just a touch, and same with underneath the chin here. I really wanted to accentuate her chin, and so by keeping that flash power down, it left those shadows, and obviously that's what I want. Available light, the sun that was in that day was perfect. It was coming right down in from above. We have a nice butterfly light, which is natural from the sun. That was perfect. I didn't want to mess with that, so that's why I had just a little bit of fill flash. You could do it with TTL. I prefer to have it on manual. Since she's not moving, I'm not moving, I prefer to have my strobes on manual when that's not the case. When that is the case, when the subject and myself are not moving, flash on manual, a lot more consistent, better results. You don't wonder what's going on and wonder if the flash is going to put out the right amount of light. So, one more light on this. Hopefully you've already figured out where it is. It is camera left coming in, hitting her hair right here. That's where I get this little bit of a highlight, okay? And this tiny little shadow right here. Now when I first started out, that shadow was a lot stronger and a lot harsher because I was only shooting with the 900 as is, no diffuser, no nothing on it. It was zoomed in a little bit, but that's it. I could have zoomed it out, but what I decided to do was actually go with my Honol Photo Traveler 8 softbox. Just a nice, small, little compact softbox. It folds up real nice, like Velcro, like that. There you go. I put it in my bag all the time. Always have this with me along with the rest of the Honol Photo set. Comes with a bunch of parts and pieces. I'll be featuring them a lot in the coming months and all the coming flash videos. Anyway, this is what I used on my flash, just a single strobe on the stand. You can actually take this thing and attach it. I'm not going to fix all that Velcro, but you can just attach it. Once you put this outer band thing on here, you can actually just slip it in here and then attach it with more Velcro, and voila, you have a really nice size softbox. I believe they have these in a couple different sizes, and great light, really worked out well for this portrait. And that's where we are getting this little highlight right here on her hair. It was just enough. I already had a nice little highlight up here. Wanted to add an additional one on this side since she had such dark hair, and the family wanted them to be black and white anyway, so it just made it perfect. I kind of like the shadow over here. I think it gives a little more interest, but it's not strong enough to really notice it unless you really point it out. So anyway, questions, comments, concerns? Two strobes. One on the left had a little more power. The one on camera had very low power just as a fill. My main light was the sun coming in from above, and I'm on the East Coast of the United States here, so I want to say it was like, well, let's see, what time was it that I shot? At 2 o'clock, so the sun was still relatively high in the sky, but again, it was diffused. It was a slightly overcast day, so that's how I got that nice soft light, and as you see, the nice soft shadow there underneath the nose and underneath the chin, so it worked out very well. Questions, comments, I'd love to hear them. In the meantime, thanks, guys. Any questions? Send them over. Greg Cazillo, Cazillo.com. See ya. Keep shooting.